Welcome to the Heartletics training video. My name is Coach Joe. I'm the CEO and head coach of Heartletics. And first and foremost, I just want to say thank you for spending some time out of your day watching today's training. Now, over the past several years, we've helped out thousands of guys have success when it comes to reaching their health and fitness goals. In fact, hundreds of these guys were able to get off their blood pressure and cholesterol medications and also reversing their type 2 diabetes. So if you're somebody that is struggling with having a slow metabolism, and let's say you want to have more energy, you want to have more confidence, maybe you want to get off your medications as well, but most importantly, you want to improve the quality of your life, and most importantly, live longer, this is going to be the training video for you. We have a 92% success rate when it comes to helping out our members inside of our coaching program, and it's all by following a very simple 3-step formula. And I bet you anything, if you follow this 3-step formula, you're also going to have success at reaching your goals once and for all. Let's first talk about who is this training for. For starters, if you're somebody that needs help when it comes to losing body fat and building muscle, who knows? Maybe you're struggling with just a big old beer belly and maybe the man boobs and a slow metabolism, and you find yourself just kind of at a loss, this training is going to be for you. If you're somebody that wants to have more stamina, and who knows, maybe have more energy, if you find yourself like you don't have any energy at all to keep up with your kids and spend that quality time playing with them, or who knows, maybe when 2 or 3 o'clock hits at work, you're dead tired and you feel like falling asleep at the desk, this training video is going to be for you. If you're somebody that is looking to regain your confidence back, let's say you're keeping all your old favorite clothes tucked away in the back of the closet because you're hoping to fit into them one day, well, guess what? This training video is definitely going to be for you. If you're somebody that wants to experience less joint pain, I know a lot of people that, when they're overweight, they have bad knees, bad shoulders, bad backs. And so if you're looking for an easy way on how to, heal yourself and not suffer and struggle anymore with all the joint pain, this training video is going to be for you. If let's say you're somebody that is, wanting to get off your medications, once again, we specialize in helping individuals get off their blood pressure and cholesterol medications and also lowering their A1C levels so that way they can reverse their type 2 diabetes. This training video is going to be for you. But also, let's say you're somebody that just wants to become a better leader for those around them. Maybe your family members, maybe your kids, and you want to learn how to lead by example because at the end of the day, you care about your family and you want to become an asset, not a liability. You don't want to hold anybody back. This training video is going to be for you. And lastly, if you're somebody that is looking to just improve the quality of their life and you just want to live longer, have a more happier, fulfilled life, this training video is definitely going to be for you. Now, just in case you don't know who I am, my name is Coach Joe. I'm the CEO and head coach of Heartletics. I actually started Heartletics back in 2017. I'm also certified in nutrition, personal training, as well as strength and conditioning. And since starting Heartletics, we've been able to help out thousands of guys when it comes to having success at their health and fitness goals using our online coaching program. But the best part is hundreds of these guys are able to get off their medications. Now, one of the coolest things is that we have a 92% success rate. Now, you may be wondering, how do you have such a high success rate with all of your members? Well, that's what brings us to today's training video. And this is exactly why I want to go over with you a 3-step formula that's going to really help you when it comes to having success as well. I promise you, this 3-step formula will easily help you when it comes to having success at your health and fitness goals as well. It's acquisition, application, and accountability. Let me explain. So acquisition is acquiring in the right knowledge, meaning that your body type is different from mine. Your body type is probably different from your coworkers and your family members. So what you need to do is acquire in the right knowledge of knowing how to eat and train specifically for your body type. Now, having that information is super valuable, but at the end of the day, you need to learn how to apply it to your lifestyle to help you create sustainable habits. That way it's going to be very easy for you to stay consistent with and have success at your goals. But lastly, you need to make sure that you have the right people in your corner supporting you, encouraging you, and most importantly, holding you accountable to staying on track with your goals. One of my favorite Bible verses is Proverbs 27:17, which says, "Iron sharpens iron as one man sharpens another." You need to make sure that you have the right people in your corner helping you every single step of the way. So now you can clearly see that when you have the right knowledge and you can apply it to your lifestyle, it's very easy to create sustainable habits. Now think about some habits in your life that you pretty much do every single day. Now in the very beginning, odds are you probably needed some help. let's just say driving a car, for example. You know how to do that now, but way back in the day when you were in driver's ed class, you needed to have a driving instructor sitting in your passenger seat teaching you how to drive that car. But guess what? When you're able to pass the test, get your license, it's not like you need that driving instructor anymore. How about when it comes to brushing your teeth? I'm sure way back in the day, maybe when you're around 3, 4, 5 years old even, you probably needed help from your parents to brush your teeth. But eventually, you got the hang of it, and they just needed to remind you, maybe before you left the house for school, or maybe, before you went to sleep at night, hey, make sure to brush your teeth, right? They're doing their part to remind you and hold you accountable. But sure enough, you eventually got it down where you don't even need that anymore because it became part of your routine. And here's the best part. As easy as brushing your teeth is, if let's say you ever forget a day of brushing your teeth, it's very easy the next day to just pick up that toothbrush, put on the toothpaste, and go right back to brushing those pearly whites, right? Well, what if having success when it comes to your health and fitness goals was just as easy? What if learning how to eat properly for your body type, train properly for your body type, was just as easy? Where if you ever had a day where you fell off the wagon or you fell off track by any means, it's very easy and effortless to get right back on track. And that's exactly why I want to go over next with you the 7 key habits that we help our members with inside of our coaching program when it comes to losing body fat and building muscle. Now, at the end of the day, we don't believe in the one-size-fits-all cookie-cutter plans or fad diets or, training programs that just aren't really personalized for you by any means. Like the P90X, the V-Shred, the ketogenic diets, the low-calorie restrictions, anything like that, where it pretty much is the same old song and dance. You do it, hey, the first 5, 10, 15 pounds are very easy, to lose the weight, but then eventually you kind of hit this stall, you hit this plateau, and you end up just falling off the wagon, regaining the weight right back. Now, the reason why our clients are so successful inside of our coaching program is because, once again, we're helping them every single step of the way, and we're teaching them on what truly works the best for their body type. And all we're doing is going over these 7 key habits with them. The first one is calories. And I like to say it like this. A lot of people think it's just calories in versus calories out. And at the end of the day, that's the furthest from the truth. Think about a car, for example. If let's say you're taking a road trip and you never stop to put gasoline into that car, eventually it's going to ride around on fumes and be broken down on the side of the road. Well, a lot of guys struggle with having a slow metabolism because they don't know how to fuel their body properly. They don't know specifics on the right calorie budget for their fat loss goals. The second habit is macros, which is just short for macronutrients, and that is your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. And at the end of the day, all 3 are very vital for your body, especially if you want to learn how to lose body fat, have more muscle, so that way you can speed back up your metabolism, have more energy, have more confidence, and most importantly, start having a healthier relationship with food. Because once you understand the right macros for your body type specifically, you can then apply the 80-20 rule, which is 80% of the time, hey, you're having those wholesome, healthy foods, but 20% of the time, you're having those fun sanity foods. The beer, the donuts, the wings, the burgers, the pizza, and the best part is you're still able to reach your health and fitness goals. The third habit is strength training. And now this can be done either at the gym or the convenience of your own home with or without equipment. And at the end of the day, you don't need to be a gym rat. You don't need to work out 7 days a week. You don't need to work out 2-3 hours every single time. No. At the end of the day, you once again all need to learn is how to work out properly for your body type in a way that's sustainable for you and most importantly, your schedule. So if you can only work out 2-3 times a week and those workouts are, let's say, 20-30 minutes a session, hey, that's perfectly fine. As long as you're focusing on the right forms of training for your body type, right? The right training split that is enjoyable for you, the right ways of progressive overload, but also switching things up in a form of muscle confusion. That way you never hit these stalls. The fourth habit is NEAT, which stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And the best way to really focus on this to make it very easy and effortless for somebody when it comes to losing body fat is by just giving themselves a step goal. Maybe it's 5,000 steps a day. Maybe it's 8,000 steps a day. Maybe it's 10,000 steps a day. And what's great about this is that for starters, it's very easy to move your body and lose body fat. All you have to do is, let's say, park farther away from the grocery store, or hey, decide to take the stairs rather than the elevator at work, or just give yourself little reminders to just get up from your chair at work and start moving around a little bit more. Because at the end of the day, if you're too sedentary, you're constantly sitting down, you're going to be draining your energy, but most importantly, you're going to be struggling with a lot of lower back pain. So by just getting that adequate blood flow by moving and being active throughout the course of the day is a great tool for not only just losing body fat, but most importantly, improving the quality of your life. The fifth habit is hydration. Your body is made of over 65% water. Your muscles need water. Your organs need water. I bet you anything, if you just start drinking more water, you'd probably easily lose more body fat and also have more energy. The sixth habit is stress management, and this is very important, so pay close attention to what I'm about to say. If you're underneath a lot of stress, maybe that's stress at work, maybe that's stress with paying the bills, maybe that's stress at home, maybe that's even illnesses and injuries on your body. If you're underneath all this stress, you're going to be spiking your cortisol levels. Your cortisol is your body's natural stress hormone. And when you have elevated amounts of cortisol, it makes it very hard to successfully lose body fat. Even if you're doing all the right things when it comes to eating properly and training properly for your body type, that stress is going to kill you at the end of the day. So, in my opinion, the best form of stress management and stress relief is having the right people in your corner that you can talk to. Having the right people in your corner that support you, that encourage you. That, hey, when you keep everything all bundled up inside of your chest and you have a hard time to, letting that out, it's almost like you're, taking a Coca-Cola bottle and what happens? You drop a Mentos in it and eventually explodes. It's the straw that breaks the camel's back. So when you have people in your corner that you feel comfortable with talking to, maybe that is a community group, maybe that is certain coaches and people that actually care about your best interests, it makes a world of a difference when it comes down to stress relief. And lastly, the seventh key habit is recovery. And this means improving the quality of your sleep. They did a study. Guys that slept on average 8 hours compared to 5 hours had up to 20% more natural free testosterone. Now, if let's say you can't get 8 hours of sleep every single night, that's okay. Try your best to maybe get 7. Try your best to maybe get 6.5. But there's plenty of different ways to recover your body properly. And once again, this is really going to help you when it comes to lowering those cortisol levels down, so that way you can make losing body fat and building muscle very easy for you. Now, there are 4 main roadblocks as to what stops guys from having long-term success at reaching their health and fitness goals. The first one is not knowing what to do for their body type, meaning they don't know how to eat properly within staying in a certain calorie budget, the certain macronutrients for their body type, training regimens that obviously work best for their schedule. They don't know how to train their body properly, so they never have long-term success. The second is not knowing how to create sustainable habits. Remember, anything that you do, it has to fit in with your lifestyle, or else what's the point of even doing it? You're eventually just going to hit a stall and maybe fall off the wagon and go back to your old ways and regain the weight right back. You have to create something that's sustainable for you that you can stay consistent with. The third is not knowing when and how to make adjustments. Now, everybody's going to deal with what's called metabolic adaptation, and that is these plateaus that you may have experienced before in the past. But knowing when and how to make adjustments, either for your training routine or your macronutrient range, really makes a world of a difference. That way you can continue to avoid that plateau and successfully get back on the same track when it comes to your goals. And lastly, is not having any form of accountability or support. There's a quote out there that I absolutely love, and it says, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. And at the end of the day, having the right people in your corner to support you, encourage you, hold you accountable to stay on a track can really make the world of a difference. Remember, Proverbs 27:17, iron sharpens iron as one man sharpens another. Santo, for example, is somebody that struggled for years when it comes to having success at reaching his health and fitness goals. He tried P90X, he tried V-Shred, he tried keto, he tried intermittent fasting, he even tried Weight Watchers. And he would quickly lose the first 5, 10, 15 pounds, which was easy, But at the end of the day, he would hit these stalls, he would hit these plateaus, and ended up just falling off the wagon and going back to his old ways and unfortunately regaining that weight right back. So he was at a loss and he didn't know what to do, but one day he happened to see my Facebook ad and decided to schedule a free discovery call with me. Now, when it came time to actually speak with me directly, he was shocked. He didn't realize that it was actually going to be me on the other end and not somebody else. And when we had our call, it was just a simple conversation, going over his lifestyle, going over the foods like the pizza, the wings that he actually enjoys eating, going over types of foods that he enjoys having with his family, going over his favorite drinks as well, the beers, the bourbons, the things in life that he actually enjoys. And it was just a simple conversation of, once again, figuring out more about his lifestyle and just seeing what small tweaks that he can start making to better hit his macronutrient goals, to better train his body type properly in a way where he doesn't have to risk hitting these plateaus anymore. He liked everything that he heard about our coaching program, decided to get signed up, and during his 16-week transformation program, he was able to successfully lose over 50 pounds. Mark is another prime example. He got to this point in his life where he just wasn't proud of who he saw looking back at him in the mirror anymore. He kept all his old favorite clothes tucked away in the back of the closet. He tried all these different diets and training programs in order to lose the weight, but nothing seemed to really work for him. It wasn't until we had our discovery call where we figured out that, maybe it's best to just have a coach. And it's kind of like having a GPS in your car. Meaning if you're trying to get to, let's say, Ohio and drive down to Florida, well, if you ever hit any kind of roadblocks, maybe it's traffic, maybe it's construction zones, that GPS is going to reroute you and still help you get to your goal, your end destination. Mark realized that investing into a coach was just the same. He needed a coach to kind of see the blind spots. He needed accountability. He needed support. But most importantly, he needed to learn what to do properly for his body type. So that way, he can learn how to create sustainable habits for his lifestyle. And doing that, he was able to successfully lose over 90 pounds. Now, Bill is somebody that struggled for years with his health. And honestly, it just wasn't a priority to him until he went to the doctors one day and he got a really nasty report back, stating that his blood pressure was elevated, that he was on the verge of type 2 diabetes. He was in this pre-diabetic zone, and it was very scary for him. And it was that shock, that reality to him that, hey, you should probably make a change. You should probably do something about this. But the problem was he didn't know what to do. He doesn't like to work out. He didn't know anything about nutrition. It wasn't until he saw one of my Facebook ads when he realized here, what is this whole thing about creating sustainable habits? And when we had our discovery call and Bill told me, hey man, I do not like working out at all, it was just a few simple questions. Do you like to walk? Can you move your body properly, right? If I gave you a task to move your body, can you stick with that? Can we hold you accountable to sticking with that and that being one of your goals? And he said yes. I said, great. Then let us focus on the biggest bulk of this being with the mindset and being with the nutrition piece. Because if you can just move your body, just go for a few short walks every single day, and most importantly, you focus and dial in with the nutrition and the mindset, I promise you anything, you will dramatically change and improve on your health. And he did. And in doing so, he was able to get off his blood pressure meds, not become pre-diabetic anymore by lowering his A1C levels, and also losing over 55 pounds of body fat. Brian, for example, is somebody that struggled for years with his health. And here's the thing, he literally tried everything. He tried Noom, he tried South Beach Diet, he tried Weight Watchers, he tried intermittent fasting, he tried P90X, he tried Insanity, literally everything. And it was always the same old song and dance. He would lose some weight in the very beginning, but eventually fall off the wagon, end up regaining that weight right back because it wasn't sustainable for him and his lifestyle. Now, Brian was at a point where he was really starting to feel uncomfortable taking his shirt off in public. He realized here that if he ever had to take his kids to the pool or to the beach, he would be that guy just keeping the shirt on. And it was really starting to affect his confidence. Also, just doing household things like walking up and down the stairs got him feeling winded. Waking up and putting on his socks and his shoes for work, he would have to suck in his stomach, and it just made him feel so uncomfortable. So he happened to see my Facebook ad one day and realized, hey, I got to make a change, and I don't know how. He had to put the pride, he had to put the ego aside, and just admit that he needed help. And sure enough, he got signed up for our coaching program, got to improve his confidence, got to get off his medications for high blood pressure, got to, most importantly, regain his health back and his youth, have more energy, not having to struggle anymore when it comes to his health and fitness goals because he finally had success. He was finally able to lose over 85 pounds and, most importantly, learn how to properly eat and train specifically for his body type and know when and how to make adjustments. That way he doesn't have to worry about going back to his old ways. Now, those were just a few case stories, but I want to know from you, what's stopping you? Honestly, like in order to cross this bridge of having success when it comes to reaching your health and fitness goals once and for all, it's the easiest thing in the world. And remember, it's a 3-step formula. You acquire the right knowledge of knowing how to train and eat properly for your body type. You apply that knowledge, right, when it comes to your lifestyle to help you create sustainable habits. And lastly, you make sure that you have the right people in your corner that is supporting you, holding you accountable, and making sure that you're staying on track for success at reaching your goals. So ask yourself, what's honestly stopping you? Maybe the reason why you're struggling is because one of these 4 roadblocks that we went over earlier. Maybe you just don't know what to do for your body type. You don't know how to eat properly to lose body fat and speed back up your metabolism. You don't know what to do to train properly to build that muscle. Maybe you just don't know how to create sustainable habits for your lifestyle. Maybe just like those case studies that I kind of shared with you, you're somebody that also struggles with falling into the fad diets and the one-size-fits-all training routines where nobody's actually teaching you on what to do specifically for your lifestyle. That way you can create better habits for yourself. Also, maybe you just don't know when and how to make adjustments. If you ever hit these stalls or, these plateaus, you don't know what to do. You don't have any guidance, any knowledge, right, when it comes to making any kind of adjustments for your training or for your nutrition. And lastly, maybe you just don't have anybody in your corner holding you accountable and supporting you when it comes to staying on track with your health and fitness goals. And just like with Mark, having this GPS that's going to teach you when and how to make adjustments in case there's any kind of traffic jams or roadblocks, but still get you to your end destination. Maybe you just need the right people and maybe the right coaches in your corner. That's going to be that GPS for you that's going to help you get to where you're trying to get to in terms of your health and fitness goals. And if you're at a point right now where reaching your health and fitness goals is a priority to you and you're serious about making a change in your health, but maybe you just don't know what to do or how to do things to actually have long-term success, I highly encourage you, schedule a free discovery call. This is a simple conversation where we're just going to go over, what works best for your body type, what works best for your lifestyle, on how to create sustainable habits. So that way you can learn how to have success at reaching your health and fitness goals once and for all. Now, if you feel like scheduling a discovery call, the link's going to be posted down below this training. All you have to do is just pick out a good day, a good time that best suits your schedule, and we'll just have a simple conversation to see what we can do to help you. Once again, thank you so much for spending time out of your busy day today watching this training video, and I really hope that it was valuable for you. Just keep in mind, it does not have to be hard at all when it comes to reaching your health and fitness goals. All you need is the right game plan. And once again, if you want to schedule a free discovery call and just find out if coaching is a good fit for you, click on the link down below and just put in there a good day and time that best suits your schedule. Now, here's a few more transformations that's really going to inspire you. Check this out.